So today I was reflecting about the last week. I was with one of my old friend, perhaps I think the only one, and since people, it's hard to change because he just ended up his relationship with his girlfriend, and then I was doing work and trying to go to study, to do new things. And then he wanted to go to my parents' house in the fields. And then we did. I had this wedding from an old friend who helped me on the first years as a consultant in agriculture. And then I invited him. He had a turbulent relationship because he didn't manage to stay loyal to her and let the hormones and take over and something like that done. And then I asked him, okay, this friend came here, I'm gonna take him there to do some, just to travel. It was like 2 hour driving from one city to another. But the funny thing I was like trying to tell and say is like, you have to really, it's really hard to give, because I wanted to give time to people to accommodate his feelings. He was like single and stuff, and again, but he was the same. He was, now I gotta see another girl and I have to get laid and this and that. And I was looking somehow how, not barbarian, but how animal the guys were. And I'm not saying like these like low T, because I'm naturally around now 1300s of testosterone, because I've begin eating the most healthy possible, remove all the plastics possible, and not to use microwave, only avoid the maximum of processed foods, and trying to do the best, trying to sleep at 8 o'clock maximum, but that I'm not being able to do. I have acne, which is my DHT conversion from testosterone, and that's really happening because I'm trying to eat as clean as possible. Sometimes I eat some ice cream or so once in a while. That's the last frontier, to remove all the sugar, the sugary processed foods. Man, I have to buy a steak to do this. But I'm recovering from myself in chapter 11 from agriculture, the past 2 droughts. So the thing is, it's really hard to give yourself 100%, because that was my aim to do, my goal to do. And then I took him to this gym and this and that, and then after a while, I have ended up being somehow pissed, because I managed to put him in this schedule to take him and do this counterfield weekend, because I wasn't going to do it. I'm running with AI in my business and my stuff, because I have to move out from my parents. I can't live this any longer. I'm not depressed and not bitter yet. I'm just hanging tight, being patient, and try to do the setbacks as Munger used to say, which is really, really hard to come back, really, really hard. And that's why you never have to lose money, because money up to a certain point means the power of saying no. That's the freedom that it gives you, the power of choosing where to go, to live, to eat, to see, to do. And that, as Jim Rohn says, you should try to strive to get there as fast as possible. And so that was hard, because the guy is the same. He's my 20 years old friends from all this time long, but I'm completely changed. My parents doesn't even realize how changed I am and how running I am, how I'm seeing, trying to prepare for the future. If it's gonna be, if maybe has some or one, I have to establish again. And they don't understand, and I respect them, because that's their life. But it's easy when it's hard when people got stuck, and it's hard to give your time when you're in a mission and hurrying, and they are all the same, and then you give your time, and then it's not they don't appreciate, maybe they even do, but on their own way, and then you get kind of not really appreciated, but like you're wasting the time where you can't. But the main thing is is how hard it is to give the time on these such moments, and especially when we try to do something and they are not. They are like with the same emotions from 20 years ago. It's especially that. So my main reflection of today is, you give without expecting to receive, but somehow, when you expect them to be punctual, they are not, and they make a joke. But that's okay. See you next time.